He's a lunker. He's huge. Had to get him close to the camera so he looks big. Oh, he's such a big boy. First fish I ever caught in the Escatawpa. He's a lunker. Big boy. GoPro. GoPro, stop recording. This water's shallow. River's a little under 4 feet at Agricola, basically at Lucidell. Just moving my kayak down closer to where I am. Sure, she sits a little bit deeper in the water when I'm in it, but that's okay. It's a fun day. These are rigs we used, little spinning rigs we used up at visiting brother Mike up in Monroe. A little brim playing with it off the sandbar here. Just fishing with earthworms out of the backyard and see what I can come up with. Like I caught the same one over again. Orange eyes, he's not the same guy as the last guy. Okay. GoPro, stop recording that. This reminds me of being back summers on the Bogachetta, just casting out, letting the river take it down. And watch and see what happens. But as far as I'm gonna let it go because I can't see it past there. Dad used to always say it stinks till you get old, you can't see anything, and I firmly believe him now. If you can see it or not, the little float I got on there is basically being pulled out sideways by the current. Not sure if I have enough depth on enough weight on here to make it really go down in this current. The thing about fishing with live bait is I could sit here and watch a bobber all day long. Well, if there's a little fish on the Escatawpa, it looks like I'm gonna find him today. And once again, okay, he doesn't have orange eyes, so it's not the same fish, but he's there. It's better than catching nothing, I guess. Beautiful coloration. I think I'm catching all the lunkers, making it easier for somebody else. If you can see those minnows swimming, there's a load of them there right under the water. Probably a good time to have a minnow net or a minnow trap. Use a little different bait. I'll think about that before I come out next time. Okay, we're gonna edit that cast out. That wasn't so hot. GoPro, stop recording. I've been getting bites all day. Curious what they are, taking bait and everything. I believe I caught a shad or a minnow. You know, it's one of those days when you're catching bait instead of catching fish. I believe that's what that is, though, is a big minnow. If I had a bigger hook, I'd reuse him. That's what that is. Yeah, when you can pull them out of the water, that's not good. Wow. That's my record catch of the day. I'm just killing it today. It's fun catching stuff, but Escatawpa, I'm looking for something with some size to it, and this ain't it. Catching them through the bottom here. And also, I caught one earlier that basically sealed its lips. I don't know how I did that, but oh well, it is what it is. Do I have to go through all the small ones to get to the big ones? I don't know. You can't see it, but a big boat had just gone by and stirred up the water again. With it being as shallow as it was, I decided to just go on ahead and pack it in for the day. I want you to see the amount of stuff that fits in this storage area. This thing is huge as far as storage goes. There's my worms, there's my catfish bait, fish basket in there, got a couple of tubes of little stinker stuff, got my anchor, got extra bow line in there. All this is going to fit in that compartment. There's also, it's hard to see, there's a black compartment behind the deck, and you can load things in there behind the seat as well. So this thing is just packed with storage. Got to get my tee off to the side, don't want to mess that up. Very, very pleased with this kayak. I remember now seeing those black straps. I didn't have the seat strapped down good in the back, but that seat did not move. The Evoke, whenever I pedaled, it had a weak seat. The seat actually broke on it once up there at Mike's. I had to go buy brackets to fix it with. But it fit in very well. I never even used the storage in the old Evoke. But this thing, it's handy. It's nice. As a buddy of mine used to say, it's handy as a pocket on a shirt. Gotta have your LSU hat on your Mississippi. Always. Give you all a break from my heavy breathing and from the very, very loud birds that had it going on this day. Caught a lot of bait. Didn't catch anything with any size to it. I am, my next trip I think is going to be to the Big Creek Lake so I can get some hopefully better fishing done. I can fish from the kayak instead of fish from the bank like I did here. The amount of boats and all running up and down this river, and as narrow as it is, I don't think I would try to fish from the actual kayak unless I was tied up to a limb or something, or a tree falling into the water, because they would run you over. It'd be kind of bad. And that's one of the problems with kayak fishing I've noticed here in lower Alabama and Mississippi is you don't get a lot of respect from people. People on the bank like you. They love you. They think it's cool. But boaters, not so much. They want to blow you away when they're in the water. So it is what it is. Once again, I've still got to work on my entering and exiting the kayak skills. I don't mean getting into it, but how I'm going to push it offshore and get underway. Sand was very, very soft, kind of hard to push off on. The sand at the bank I got onto at the shore when I got ready to put it back on the trailer was even worse. It was more mud. You put your feet into it, you sank past your ankles. It was pretty bad. But all in all, a good day, a fun day. As you saw, catching bait, not really catching a lot of fish. But pretty excited about the new kayak. The depth finder you'll see is missing. I didn't have that on like I planned because, well, something happened. I'll explain that a little bit later in the video. But just left this in here to show you how the pedal drive worked and show you how fun it is. I call this fishing with Darth Vader because I'm a fat boy who is very out of shape and I need help, which is one of the reasons I got a pedal drive kayak. No strain on the shoulders or back, and still able to move and go places. But I'm going to go back to regular audio here until I get back to the bank, and I'll talk to you again. GoPro, start recording. How's it going? I think you had the right idea.
I like that.
It's fun. Do what?
I didn't know anybody want to paddle there.
Oh yeah, it's got a prop on the bottom. 10-to-1 gear ratio. It's fun until you're going upstream. It's not so fun then. It's good, except for user error. That's been the only problem this morning.
I like it. I do it at home, but I don't like that.
It's fun. I got a bad back, so this is the best way to go for me instead of doing all that. Take care. Have a good day. Okay, instead of listening to Darth Vader on the river, I figured I might give you something a little bit different here. First mistake is I didn't pull up my drive, which means I couldn't beach myself, so I get my feet and my legs wet, about half wet with my shins. Gotta fix that rookie mistake, get used to pulling that drive up when I'm heading in and just come in with the paddle. Also, it's hard to pull your kayak up to the bank when your drive is a giant wedge, catching the sand and not letting it pivot freely in the water. So that was a pretty bad mistake. Not nearly as bad as the mistake that started the day off. I started the day off trying to get the kayak off the trailer, and obviously I haven't fished with this kayak before, wasn't used to it, and in pulling it off the trailer it was like it was hung, so I wiggled it and moved up and down trying to get it off, and I sheared the mounting bracket for my depth finder transducer, which was not very smart. So I've got to see if I can go to eBay or Amazon and find another bracket. But besides user error, the kayak is a dream to pilot. The rudder is a little loose, not near as loose as the Evoque kayak I had last year. It seems more stable. I don't feel like I'm going to tip over in this one. It seems tighter. It doesn't seem as wide as the Evoque was. But it's definitely a stable boat. Loads of storage. One of the reasons I left the whole thing in there about loading up, packing them off the sandbar was I wanted you to see how much storage there was in the front. When you pop that front access point, storage runs from where that is the nose of the boat all the way around the sides of the pilot drive, the PDL. So it has loads of storage in there. You could put a pup tent in there if you needed to. I put my life jacket in there, I put my bait in there, I put my fish basket in there, I put my small tackle box in there. Also notice I can pull it up on shore pretty easy with one hand. Rope, not fun to pull with, but one hand, not a problem. When you get the pedal drive out and you get the seat out and get it down basically to just the kayak, the weight is about 80 pounds. Which I think the Evoque was about 100 pounds. It had a lot. Plus the Evoque leaked as it gathered water too. Nice dry pouch compartment there in the back of the pedal drive. Had my phone, my wallet, my keys in there. Don't know what I'm looking around for. Just waiting for the price of money to go up, I guess. But all in all, a very, very well thought out, handy kayak by Old Town. Purely American made, nothing foreign about it, which I like that part too. Two nice rod holders in the back. A rudder that you can deploy with a handle up next to the seat, which is kind of cool. It rides well on a trailer. What blew me away with this is the length, the width, the height, the exact dimensions of the Evoque. But this thing is just so much easier and nicer to deal with. It's not even funny.